All right, folks. Of course, first of the month, you always have the new job reports that come out, and the American economy slowed abruptly in August, adding only 235,000 jobs, vastly missing economists' expectation. It's the lowest numbers since January. President Joe Biden is urging Congress to pass his more than $4 trillion economic agenda to boost the sluggish job growth.
No question the Delta variant is why today's job report isn't stronger. I know people were looking, and I was hoping for a higher number. What we've seen this year is the continued growth, month after month, in job creation. It's not just that I've added more jobs than any first-year president, in the first year of any president. It's that we've added jobs in every single one of my first 7 job reports, and wages are going up. Some more jobs, some months are fewer, some months more, but always adding jobs. This is the kind of growth that makes our economy stronger and consistent progress, and not boom or bust.
Today's report fell far short, and predictions were revised down to 728,000 from 750,000 earlier after Wednesday's ADP employment report. According to the Bureau of Labor Stats, the unemployment rate fell to 5.2% in August from 5.4%, yet black unemployment went up. Dr. Kristen Brody, she joins us right now. She is an economist. Kristen, how you doing?
I'm well, Roland. I just want to say, first of all, congratulations on the launch of the new network. And secondly, I want to say not all economists. I definitely didn't see the increase that others predicted, and I don't know why they predicted it.
So let's talk. Let's talk about this here. And so give us an indication. What were the black numbers like in terms of overall black unemployment, black men, black women, black youth?
All right. So if we look from June to August, the black unemployment rate in June was 9.2%. It went down to 8.2% in July, and then up to 8.8% in August, and that was the only rate that went up. So if we go across for the U.S., 5.2% in August, white 4.5%, Asian American 4.6%, Latino and Hispanic 6.4%. So again, and has historically been, the black unemployment rate was the highest at 8.8. And so it gets more interesting if we look at race and age. All right, so if we look at white women, in August, we had a rate of 5.2 down from 5.4, or I'm sorry, 4.2 down from 4.5 there. The overall rate was 5.2. Men went from 4.9 in July down to 4.4%. And then if we look at white teens, their rate went up. But now, if we go over to black people, in August, black women, the rate in July was 7.6. It went down to 7.9. It went up, to 7.9. For men, it was 8.4. It went up to 9.1. And the real thing to look at is black teens. So their rate, I'm going to go back to June. It was 9.3%. And last month, it went up to 13.3. Theirs was the only one that went up like that. And then for August, it went up to 17.9. And so over the 13-month period between August of 2020 and August of 2021, black teens aged 16 to 19 had the highest average unemployment rate, 18.32%. So that's a group that we really need to be looking at.
So what should these reports come out every single month? When you watch these different networks, people sort of lay out, a number of different things. What should we learn from this and know about this?
So I think one of the things that hasn't really been talked about is the percentage of people that telework throughout the pandemic. So that's something that the Bureau of Labor Statistics started tracking in May of 2020. And so in August, 13.4% of those employed teleworked due to the pandemic. Of those workers, 12.4% were white, 11.2% were black, 30.4% were Asian American. They've had very high rates of telework, and 7.9% were Hispanic or Latino. And so I think that's important, because Black and Hispanic workers are overrepresented in customer-facing jobs that are considered essential. So this is like cashiers or care workers, these customer-facing jobs that cannot be done remotely. and also put these workers at higher risk of getting COVID.
All right. So, what do you see in terms of as we're now going into the fall and into the winter? What are you projecting for African Americans?
It's not good. I think so. We had the eviction moratorium, which was really good, but the Supreme Court just rejected that. And we're also getting ready to see the end of unemployment benefits. And both of those things are really going to affect Black and Latino workers, particularly those who are low income. So we know that Black and Latino people have lower rates of getting the vaccine, and there are a number of reasons for that, which I've discussed on your show. They're more likely to get evicted. They have higher unemployment rates. They need the benefits more. So I have no idea why economists keep thinking that the story is getting better as the Delta variant spreads. We're coming into the winter season. This is the time where people need housing, they need benefits, and they need to be able to get back to work, have childcare, and have transportation. And we're just not doing enough to make sure that those things happen.
Questions from my panelists. Brittany, first, your question for Dr. Brody.
Sure. So I'm really curious about where Black women specifically are faring in all of this. So we talk a lot about, obviously, when white America has the cold, Black America has the flu, and I've obviously heard quite a bit about women specifically not being able to completely enter into the workforce because of a lot of the child rearing expectations and health, caring for children. So how do we make sense of the experiences of Black women right now?
Yeah, so if we look at Black women over the 13-month period, their average unemployment rate was 8.97% compared to 5.35% for white women. And so we know that Black women are overrepresented in jobs like cashiers and these caretaking jobs that are, again, essential, but put them at risk of getting COVID, which then puts their family at risk of getting COVID. So Black women, as has been the case throughout history, have been taking care of this whole country. And we need to take care of them now.
Question, Terrain, for Dr. Brody.
Well, I just heard this morning that McDonald's in Oregon is starting to offer positions to youth as young as 14 years old. What impact is this economy and is this the job situation having on young people? And how far down are we willing to go to employ, to get more employers into workplaces?
So I think it's great that McDonald's is doing that. Also, Walmart just announced that it's increasing the wage for some of its workers by $1 an hour. But I think the important thing is thinking about, how do people get to work? Do they have transportation to get to the job? Do they know that the job exists? Because how do people find out about jobs? You find out on the internet. Do they have internet at home? Are they able to apply, right? I mean, are they sharing one computer that mom is trying to use for work and the kids are trying to use for school? And even if so, do they have enough money to be able to get to work even, right? So I think that it's great that companies are saying that they're trying to recruit workers and that they're raising their wages slightly, but I'm just not sure that it's enough in all cases.
Let's see here. Michael.
All right, Dr. Brody. So going over this and listening to the conversation here, so we saw that with African-American women, that we saw that hiring in retail and hospitality slowed down in this jobs report, so that explained a lot of the increase in unemployment for African-American women. What explained the increase in unemployment for African-American men? One, and two, how at the same time there are millions of available jobs right now. Okay, how do we navigate throughout this?
All right, so I think it partially relates to travel, right? So if you think about traveling, when people travel, they're the people that work at the concessions at the airport. They're the people that load the bags onto the airplane. They're more likely to be men than women. We think about just all of the things that go into travel. Who cleans the hotel? Who is at the front desk of the hotel? Who drives the Uber or the cab to get you to the hotel? So we saw people really starting to travel when things opened up. Airlines said that people could sit in that middle seat. But then the Delta variant came, and people started to cancel their travel plans. And so who does that affect? It affects all the people that I just mentioned. And with the unemployment benefits ending, we're seeing labor force participation starting to increase. People couldn't go to work because they didn't have childcare, couldn't afford it. But now they're being forced to. They've got to figure out what to do with their children. They've got to figure out how to get to work if possible. And so with more people entering and not being able to find a job,
Right.
even if jobs exist, do the people that are looking for a job, do their skills match the jobs that are available? Can they get to those jobs? Do they know that the jobs exist? Like that sort of matching doesn't happen by magic.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Well, it is certainly a whole lot to take in with these job numbers. We certainly appreciate breaking down. Unfortunately, when you watch these other networks, the black focus never actually happens, which is why we got to have our own. So otherwise, we wouldn't know any of these black numbers because they definitely don't talk about it on these other networks.
Exactly right, Roland.
So,
Thank you.
Okay, now we had our lower third that said Alabama A&M, but you got this Alcorn State shirt?
Yeah, I went to Alcorn. I worked at Alabama A&M. I loved it. But undergrad Alcorn, grad Jackson State, got to represent.
I'm just saying. Okay, and so first of all, we got about 5 titles for you. And so, are you still a fellow at the Brookings Metropolitan Policy Program?
Yes, of course.
Okay, you're doing that, but you also are at Alabama A&M, right?
I'm on leave from Dillard.
Yeah, see, there you go. See, I'm telling you, girl. You first of all, you making sure you're not gonna be a part of the unemployment numbers, because every time you come on, you're a different joint.
I try, got to make it happen, Roland. I'm trying to be like you, trying to make things happen.
Oh, you know damn well I don't believe in having one check. All right, Dr. Christian Brody, we certainly appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, CEEK.com is a black-owned virtual reality company founded by Mary Spio. That's right, VR is all the rage. The ability for you to be able to actually be immersed in the space to feel what's going on. Imagine being at a concert and you're watching the concert, but you're actually in the seat in the concert. And so you can able to see that great videos and all kinds of different things on CEEK.com. Using their VR headset, you simply just drop your phone right into here. And again, you're able to then immerse yourself in the experience right there. Also, of course, they have these great headphones right here, the 360-degree headphones. You can use this for gaming. It's Bluetooth. You can talk on them as well. The bass is tremendous. I love jamming these when I'm on airplanes. Folks, you can get these by going to CEEK.com using the promo code RMVIP21, RMVIP21, where you can get these. And when you purchase one or both of these, a portion of the proceeds comes back to us here at Roland Martin Unfiltered. You know, we support black-owned businesses, and it's the black-owned businesses giving back to us as well. So go to CEEK.com, CEEK.com, to get these items.